welcome to the Peacock Homestead. If you are new here, my name is Elizabeth and I am from the blog thepeacockhomestead.com, and we do preserving here, we do homesteading, we do some sourdough cooking, we make our own herbal medicine and soaps. And today I'm going to take you along with me and we are going to make tomato plum jam. So I've had some tomatoes trickling out of my garden, and I've also been purchasing bushels of tomatoes from the Amish, as well as these plums. And this plum jam turned out so amazing. I'm super happy with it. So I just took the seeds out of the plums, and I'm using purple Cherokee tomatoes. They're actually doing really good in the garden, and I'm just getting them to ripen up. And then we're using some of these Roma tomatoes as well as the cherry tomatoes that are trickling out of my garden, and it really made this jam super sweet, and it paired well with the plums, so I was super happy with that. And I'm getting this recipe out of the Ball Blue Book Guide to Preserving. There's a picture of that there, and I'm using the tomato jam recipe. And I'm also have been pickling a whole bunch of my cucumbers, and I'm using the recipe in that book as well. It is called the Hamburger Dills recipe, and you'll find it on page 79. And I've also been canning up whole milk. So I can that up and I use it as creamer and I cook with it. And I also did a batch of granola today, and here's those beautiful pickles. I think my cucumber plant is about done producing cucumbers. I took a couple off my plant today and we just had it fresh with salt and pepper. And let me see, I think the banana peppers are here somewhere. I wanted to show you those. I put a couple jalapeno peppers and some banana peppers, and these are going to be really wonderful on pizzas. So I don't know how long they'll last, but I know I'm going to wait at least 2 weeks to pop this open so they can marinate. And I'm super excited to show you guys this recipe. So let's get started. And that recipe is on page 54. And you are going to need 6 pounds of red tomatoes. So I used 5 pounds of tomatoes and about a pound of those plums. And then if you use at least 5 to 6 cups of sugar, you can do it the old-fashioned way. You do not need any pectin for this. It just takes longer to cook it down. And I also added a half a cup of lemon juice as well, because I did not have any lemon peel or anything to add to it. So lemon juice just preserves it longer, so it'll have a longer shelf life. And I am going to be putting these dried sunflower seeds away. Look how many I got. I'm going to be planting a whole bunch next year because I want to be making some homemade face cream. And one of the recipe calls for sunflower infused oil. So I'm going to use my sunflower petals, and it is going to be amazing. And we saved this plum seeds and these banana pepper seeds. So I'm super excited about that. And I do not save any seeds from the store because they're making everything hybrid. So you cannot save the seeds on those. So I saved everything from the farmer's market and the Amish. And there's my little Jackie. He wanted to eat chicken poopies this morning, and I asked him not to. You little stinker bugger. And look at these purple Cherokee tomatoes. They are so beautiful. They're green and purple, and they are doing well. I pick them while they're green, and I bring them inside, and they ripen right up. I also just wanted to talk about how preserving and cooking from scratch and it is all definitely rewarding. And I think the most exciting part of all of it is once you get the basics down, you can put a twist on things. You can make your own spices by adding different things. Like you can take your sage and grind it up and then add it to salt and make sage salt. You can do that with lemon thyme. You can also do that with garlic scapes and make garlic scape salt. There's just so many possibilities. And with baking and cooking, you can do the same things. You can add different flavors. You just take a basic recipe or take something very basic and you can add anything to it and make it your own and just explore and have fun. And that is amazing, and it's definitely gratifying to know that you were capable of that, and just continue learning and continue growing, and you'll find yourself more at peace and definitely a lot happier with knowing that you can count on yourself for so many things. And look at those beautiful, vibrant colors. I love making things from scratch. It is so fun. I also made some granola this day. I almost forgot, and so I'll show you that. My husband requested it because he had ran out, and I do love us to have homemade cereal instead of the store-bought. It is so much healthier for you. These turned out amazing. They're actually kind of like a purple red color, and they're so beautiful, and it tastes wonderful too. I can't wait to make little thumbprint cookies with these and make a whole bunch of things, as well as just putting it on toast and whatnot. And here's that granola I was talking about. It turned out so amazing. I have the recipe on one of my preserving videos as well if you wanted to look up the recipe for that. And I'm going to enjoy all this shelf-stable milk as well as all my pickling stuff. I'm super excited to have all this on my shelf for the winter. And I'm thinking about it, I don't think that we've bought in jelly in years, because we just come up with different ways to preserve and make our own jams and jellies. And you can't find lilac jelly at the store or cowboy candy at the store, so that's what makes it super fun. You're making your own recipes. I usually go by at least using one of the preserving books as a guide to go by, and then just making my own. It is so fun. So I'm putting these seeds in my little pickle jar and saving them for next year. You want to make sure they're completely dry, or else they'll get moldy and it'll ruin the whole batch, and it will be so disappointing because you waited all that time. But I can't wait to try to grow these next year, because I want to make a face cream with the petals. We're going to be infusing sunflower petals in oil and making some beautiful lotion and cream with that. So here is that recipe on page 79 of the hamburger dills, and that is the brine that I use for all of my cucumbers. And these are the treats that I made for my pups. They go gaga over them. They love these treats, and I made a new video, and I'll be uploading it soon, of the recipe for that. So I'm excited to show you that. My husband has been working on this door for 2 weeks. He was excited to show me, so I wanted to show you guys this awesome barn door. So he had spent around $250, so it saved us a ton of money to do this. It's for his four-wheeler, and we are excited to have a little mini plow for his four-wheeler, so we do not have to shovel the snow this year for the first year in a really long time. We'll just use the machine, and it will definitely save our backs. But these morning glories are so beautiful. They're doing amazing. And I love the heart-shaped leaves. They're so pretty. I believe they're one of my favorite flowers, besides the sunflowers, of course. And I came over to the cut here in the woods, and I wanted to show you these beautiful flowers. I'm not sure what they're called, but they look like little calendulas. They are so beautiful. My volunteers. And I hope you all have a wonderful week. Thank you so much for joining me today and watching. And I will see you on the next video.